there has been a sighting of David's mom. Okay, the first time that his mom has been sighted, 6 hours ago, it was being reported that by the Daily Mail. Plus, here's the headline: exclusive inside David's family as mom turns up at gun shop and tensions flare over girl's dismembered body in singer's Tesla. Again, I just want to point out this is a more mainstream news media source. They are calling it dismembered. Okay. Do I know if it was dismembered or not, the body? No, I do not. But they're going to, again, I'm just covering my tracks. So would you look at that? She's holding what appears to be some type of firearms manual. She's at what they're calling a gun shop. Somebody said it was a pawn shop, but you can buy guns from pawn shops, I believe, in Texas. Somebody said she's probably getting threats and feels unsafe. So I think it's very interesting, the clothing choice. So the first thing right off the bat that I think, I'm just so sorry. I don't know this lady from Adam, but just pattern recognition, things that I know about Hollywood, things I know about tabloids. It's highly unlikely that if the paparazzi were staked out at an individual's house that they would be, and they're just like a private individual, like, a celebrity's mom can still be private. This lady wasn't all over everything and stuff. Like, well, she wasn't household name or whatever. I know a lot of these people, and I've learned this through, I'll say secondhand. I've never done it myself, but I've heard from someone who's done it. They will call paparazzi on themselves. Now, am I saying that this lady did that? No. But someone could call paparazzi. She could be aware that they were going to be there, for example, because she has, I don't know, maybe a good management company or something. In my experience, when the family members are like staked out at their house and the paparazzi's following them, like somebody else, a cousin, a brother, like somebody else, not the parents, are going to go out. Okay. And from what I've seen, if they get run up on in a parking lot, usually they're rushing to get to their car. Remember Thomas Michael Crooks's parents? They got run up on in like the Kroger parking lot. They were getting their Diet Cokes and Mountain Dews. And when they got run up on with the paparazzi, they put the Cokes in the car real fast, got in the car, and sped away. Now, compare that, for example, to how Jamie Spears, when he gets run up on in a gas station, how he has stuff to say. Sam Asghari, for example, how they found Sam Asghari at the Munchies yogurt or whatever. You know what I mean? There's management companies, they call fake paparazzi. It's real paparazzi because it ends up in the real news. Maybe this lady, alternatively, had no idea the paparazzi was going to be here. Okay. In any of those universes, the fact that she's standing here with this shirt on, it just shows she has not been through the media training. She's wearing a shirt, in some circumstances could be funny, right? But like, sure, her clothes might be the last thing on her mind at the moment. The shirt says send nudes. Okay. That is what it says. Now, it's spelled Noods, and it's a bowl of noodles. Again, could be funny in some circumstances. However, considering what her son is presently facing public scrutiny over, which brings me to a blind item. Okay. Now, shout out to who sent me the blind item. I don't remember. Who sent me the blind item. I'm so sorry. But let me pull it up in any event. There's been a blind item about, again, remember the shirt and it's in nudes. And this is what I'm saying, facing public scrutiny. A blind item, take it for what it is. I mean, a grain of salt, please. It's a blind item. However, these notoriously often wind up becoming true. One came up in the Diddy case, and Cassie ended up confirming the blind item was true, and it was about her. All right, so sometimes these are true. That's taken with a grain of salt. This one's from September 19th. It says blind item number 8. The Dead and the Frunk rapper, he's not a rapper, bragged about how he has hundreds of hours of content he has recorded of people who are not particularly of the age to do so. And this is from Celebrity Blinds. Shout out to her. Shout out to them. Blind item is David. So again, this is a blind item. I want to tread extremely carefully. I am not accusing him of this. It's a blind item. However, these are things that are going around. And the mom is at the gun store toting an AR-15 manual with a send nudes shirt on. That is a series of unfortunate and poor media trained decisions. However, it does tell me one thing. She will probably shoot you if you go into her house. I mean, that message got across. Maybe that's what she was trying to get across. Bless her heart. I can't imagine what she's going through. I mean, from what I can understand, she's a good Christian lady or whatever. She goes to church every day, every Sunday and stuff. So, what an unfortunate shirt to be caught out at the gun store toting the AR-15 manual, wearing. But anyway, let me see if there's more pictures of that. It says another pic. Okay, yes. Okay, so there's another picture with, she's with somebody who, I mean, just the fact that she's kind of like a celebrity and considering everything going on in his stature, I assume this is some type of security, but it could be a family member / security. This person is in any event giving me the vibe that like, I don't think anyone's going to mess with the lady out here in public. Okay. Like, even if he's not security, maybe that's David's brother. Maybe that's David's cousin. I don't know, but maybe they're not together. Maybe he just unfortunately, timed his coming out of the store. But this is a wider view of the picture. David's mom goes to a pew pew shop as world asks why. There's been still no arrest of anybody over the girl's body. David's mom goes to a pew pew shop as world asks why. There's still been no arrest over girl's body dumped in his Tesla. Mother of embattled singer David has been spotted shopping at a Texas pawn and gun store. So it is a pawn shop, gun store. This is her first public sighting since the dismembered remains of a missing teenage girl were found in her son's abandoned Tesla. Colleen Roberts Burke, 49 years old, was seen in images exclusively obtained by the Daily Mail, leaving Tomball Pawn and Jewelry near Houston on Thursday afternoon. That was yesterday. Clutching an instruction manual for an AR-15 semi-automatic pew-pew. All right, I'm looking up tromballs immediately, instantaneously. Finally, they're calling him a singer, not a rapper. Let's go to the map of it. Here it is, y'all. Wow, look at that. I want to go over here and get a wow, looks so ordinary and normal. Tomball Pawn and Jewelers right next to the Jimmy John's. You could get you an Italian sub. What else they got in here? Family dentist? Mathnasium. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever been to the Mathnasium. I never went to that. Probably would help me. I want to see what this is. Premier Cinemas. Oh, they got a CBD shop, girl. All right, Slay. Okay, so McDonald's. Feels like College Drive. I-10. Anyway, so here's the gun store. What are these posters? Oh my Lord, look at this one. My God. Let's go to the front. Oh, the back. Buy, sell, trade, loan. We buy gold jewelry. Maybe she was selling some jewelry for her son's legal defense or something. She did walk out of there with that magazine, though. No pun intended. They sure did put it behind a paywall. They don't want us to know the news. Anyway, so I wanted to tell y'all that. That was a big one that happened. The Tesla key, I already discussed. Okay, so there's some more pictures of the house. Now, before I put the picture up, just so you know, I don't necessarily agree with the theory I'm about to put up. It's not the theory I want to show you. It's just the picture I want to show you. Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching the channel. What you just saw was a clip from a longer video. If you want to watch the full video, you can do that right here or I don't know, here. One of those spots. Also, do me a favor. Make sure you didn't get unsubscribed. You know, sometimes that happens. Did you like the video? Love you, Minnie. Okay, bye.